Seems like tourists only keep increasing and we get more and more issues accordingly, like abandoned suitcase program, which became rampant all across the nation.
Unauthorized abandonment of suitcases like this is currently a social problem.
But I got two other issues which keep bothering me a lot. The first one's this, as it's causing more and more accidents.
As of May this year, Tokyo already had 14 such property damage accidents, and that's before the summer break.
Now many people say that, but it's gonna be better because we are taking measures for it. To me personally, however, it's not simply about causing accidents and physically making your city unsafe. My bigger issue is that it kinda reinforces the image. Japan's your theme park and we are the employee to please you as if Japan was anime. I feel like more and more tourists act in Japan based on that type of mentality, and this is kinda symbol for it. But in my opinion, anyone coming to Japan needs to be a part of the culture. And based on that type of idea, I'd rather you act here. It doesn't mean you need to speak fluent Japanese and perfectly understand the mannerism, but just be mindful that you are in a different culture and adjust your behavior accordingly. But this type of service or attraction doesn't help you get you in the mode. It rather gives you a permission to assume that subconsciously, Japan anywhere is your amusement park and you can behave like a child. And what worries me even more about this is that it may be giving many Japanese people an impression that foreigners are like this. This is how foreigners are supposed to behave. See? Or rules don't apply to them. Though in reality, most foreigners I know, especially foreign residents, are far from that. And that's why it kills me that a type of foreigner Japanese people often see in Tokyo is this. Their image of foreigners might be really messed up. Now, as you know, there's been a rising anti-foreigner sentiment recently, partially because we confuse foreign residents with tourists, especially those in big cities, which I think is a huge problem. And most foreigners I talk to don't like this either.
I don't like that. Those tourists, I find that there's so much in Japan that you can experience. Yeah, plenty of other things.
To be clear, I'm not hating those tourists, but rather put the blame on those business operators or essentially the government. For these people, money clearly takes priority over the residents' frustration. And that's why they try to attract 60 million tourists annually by 2030, which is totally reckless and ignoring what regular residents want. But it makes sense they let this type of business be.
Because everyone wants to make money. It brings money, but then it also brings a lot of foreigners into your country, right? It ruins your culture. What happens to the people that live here? They don't like the tourists.
これは観光客ですけど、日本人を下に見てるんですよ。日本人を見下してるから、でそれが行動として出てきている。
When I go to Kyoto, I can see they're littering on streets all over, being disrespectful to like Maiko-san or that, and I hate it.
そういう状況ですよ。経済を優先してるからです。単純にそれだけ。
If Japan's economy has to rely on tourism so much, there's clearly something wrong, isn't it? Tourism should be treated just as an extra, definitely not our main industry that generates most of our revenues. And that's why I hate it so much, not because I hate tourists, but I'd rather my country put the focus on other industries more. Anyway, another issue which bothers me as a Japanese person is this. As I expect you to behave respectfully there, more than other spots. Just like when I go to any other nation and visit the church, I definitely would behave with extra care, even though I'm not Christian or religious person. So many other Japanese also find it unbelievable that some people act like it.
そういった場所がちゃんとその宗教的な意味合いを持ってるとか、知らないのかなってちょっとショッキングな。日本はそこまで宗教色強くないですけど、どういった場所かってことを理解していってないっていうのは驚きは。
Yeah, it's a problem, yeah. In America, I think most people don't know anything about Japan. Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
A lot of Americans that do visit here that I know personally grew up playing Pokemon and watching it.
I don't think anime helps you learn about Japan. The reality is much different than what's in anime.
I really believe that shrines, all kinds of holy places need to be treated with respect. More tourists need to learn about Japan before they come here.
Get them out. Don't let them. Some people are rude, you know.
Having said that, I don't think just banning tourists or charging them like this would be a solution. Because some people might take it like, so if I just pay, I can behave whatever I want, right? That's fine, because I'm gonna just go somewhere else. And most importantly, quite often you simply don't know it. And people around you should let you know when you are making a mistake.
Temples, I hear that Japanese people isn't accepting the foreigners to be there. So I just have to get away from them, avoid that area.
Some places we need to restrict, or like we need more people to guide tourists. They don't know what's happening. So like we need some like English, some staff we can speak English at some point.
Japanese culture seems to take a lot more care in preserving tradition. Festivals, like traditional festivals, we don't really have much of that in the UK. Desire to preserve the Japanese culture is stronger than in the UK.
I try to do my best, but it's really hard because there are a lot of things that you do that you consider polite that we don't really know.
Nobody told me you have to behave like that, like that. I know that you are very quiet, polite people, but I didn't know the rules.
If you say something, Taiwanese will say, you go to do what? Japanese maybe didn't say with your eye contact.
Yeah. Some people need to be told, hey, please be quiet, and they will be quiet. In Japan, most people, if they see another person that is not acting like they should, they think, I should tell them, but it's not polite. I will annoy them and make their experience bad. They care about the wrong things. Japanese need to say their opinion if it really bothers.
Actively let you know.
Actively, yes.
Having said that, many Japanese people are unconfident about speaking English, so if you take some time to know some basic Japanese words before coming here, that would be great because you can ask us when you are not sure how to behave.
You know, a little bit of the language to be more respectful. Anytime I need help, sumimasen, and for the most part, I can at least get people's attention politely.
I think language is a good place to start. When you're learning the language, you're also learning about the culture. It kind of makes you think in more of like a Japan-style way.